Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I am your host, JB. Of course, here with Jack Hunter. How's it going, Cupcake?
It's going good. MC Dirty D. How you doing? JB, MC Dirty JB, GB.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. I am not an MC. And
you're not? Whatsoever. You should be. You should be.
Oh, whatever. Maybe. I don't know. We actually already got comments coming in. We got Sam here.
What's up,
Sam? How's it going, dude?
What up, buddy?
Yes, definitely. I'll probably talk to you after the show as well, buddy. We got Sean here too. What's up, brother? Sorry I missed y'all last week. We were really seriously worried about why you missed it, man.
Right. Yeah.
Very, very sad moment. We ended up having to take like a couple moments of silence because Sean did not make it to the last video. Hopefully everything's okay, man.
Rest in peace, Sean. Yes, I am your sweetest poison and I know we're going to talk about what happened in the last 2 weeks, dude. You know what fucking sucks is Facebook locked me out of my account. So everyone, I did not block you. Facebook locked me. What's fucked up too is I can show you on my phone. I'm still getting messages, almost messages like notifications. I got 64 notifications that I can't see. So fuck you, Facebook. Thank you.
That's a good way to make sure that you get on there right away. They're going to really make sure they take care of you.
Yes, they are. I'm so excited. Fuck you. Yeah.
Keep talking shit, dude. That works really well.
But no, I've the last 2 weeks, dude, I've been on a soup diet and vegetable. Like I've pretty much gone vegan. I have a huge surgery coming up next month. I'm gonna get two technical. Yeah, my C-section. Actually, well, it's the gender change. I just I'm tired of getting.
Well, it's about fucking time. Dude.
I know.
We won't be able to tease you for wearing makeup then.
I have not worn makeup since December. You fuck.
The fact that you've worn makeup within the last 6 months is already saying enough.
You know what? It was for a photo shoot. Everyone, fuck you.
Does that make it better, guys? Does it really? It was for a photo shoot.
You know what, Chuck? Fuck you, Chuck. I'm wearing the most least popular shirt on our store to support you, you dick.
Oh, whatever. Chuck is fucking awesome. Hey, buddy, man. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm going to buy another one soon. So.
Got Sean talking to Chuck, dude. I hope you guys are all having fun. That's
how have you been the last 2 weeks? Oh, dear God, David,
man,
already?
I have been pretty busy. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Getting ready to do some moving and whatnot. You'll never be able to tell the difference because I'm going to keep the same banner behind me. But
cool.
Yeah. How about yourself, man?
I've been good. Other than the surgery that I got coming up, and I'll probably be out that week if it's I think it is. No, wait, is it? I think I'll be recovered by the next time we show because we do have something that is coming up. It's a contest within our show, more or less a challenge. I don't know if we want to talk about that before we show something, but
we might as well go ahead and just announce it now before we go ahead and introduce our guest for tonight because I don't really want to be promoting too much of ourselves when we have him on. So anyways, on June 4th, we will be doing a movie giveaway, and these are some of the movies. And all you got to do is be there. You got to be there when we do it, and We'll do a random name generator type wheel thing on my phone. Make it real easy, real simple. And
you
if
have to be there to win.
You do.
You have
yes.
to.
And if you send us a picture of you subscribing to our YouTube, you can get 2 entries though.
Ooh,
and obviously we could really appreciate that. We really would.
And if you send me a Facebook message right now, you win.
You can't. He doesn't.
Exactly.
But anyways, on top of that, we are also going to be playing a little game. And
I'm not looking forward to this, everyone. There's a reason for my surgery the next 5 days after this, but Justin, continue.
All right. So anyways, we are going to be doing a horror trivia between myself, Jack, and our co-host from 2G1C, Chuck Nasty. And our good friend, Mr. Ron Perty, is going to be joining us for this episode to host this trivia. Now, the thing that's going to make this a lot of fun is the fact that for every wrong question that you get wrong, you're going to have to do one of the peanut levels for the Death Nut Challenge, which is a pretty fucking...
Dude, I love, for the record, everyone, I fucking love spice. Okay, I got Cajun, hot sauce everywhere. Yeah, obviously I'm Cajun, but if I surpass and beat everyone and don't like stress out over it, it just proves how much of a Cajun I am. But yeah, no Google allowed, Sam. This is you want to explain? Well, before I get there, you know, like I love hot sauce, so I'm excited. I really do. I'm really excited to do the Death Nut Challenge, and I think if everyone tunes in and shares this will be torture and hilarious. Because some of the rules that Justin came up with, he can go fuck himself. I refused to do one of the rules, so he changed it. And so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be interesting.
Go over the rules if you want, real quick, and then we'll go to our guests.
Okay, well, to be able to prevent anybody from being able to cheat or anything, we're going to be doing this all in like a Final Jeopardy style. So pretty much Ron will, ask the question, and then within 20 seconds, we have to write it down on a piece of paper and show it to the screen. If you are right, then you go on. If you are wrong, you have to do one of the nut challenges. Then we wait 90 seconds, and then you are allowed something to drink, and then we can continue after that. We can continue with it. And as soon as you go through all of them, you are out. Now,
what I think, though, for me, and I'll do this, is that I'll have a separate webcam, like showing me, like fully, like on my couch or in my office or wherever I am, to prove that I'm not cheating, and that I think we should all do that too. Is like show everyone's kind of,
We'll figure that out. With 20 seconds, there's really no way to cheat. That's the whole thing with putting a time limit on there. It's going to make it really, really difficult. But to make this a lot more fun, and just in case people want to watch us suffer, I'm also going to set up a PayPal donation thing. So we have to discuss it. We'll announce the amount live when we do the episode. But for a certain amount, you'll be able to advance any person of your choosing through a level of the Death Nut Challenge and help them lose, to say the least.
So basically, it's going to
be a lot of fun.
If when we say the amount, and if you PayPal Justin at that very moment or within time, we're going to have like this certain buzzer. And when it says, for whoever, we have to literally eat the things like one at a time.
There's 3 of them. You got to eat them all for 15 seconds, and then you can swallow.
Oh, dear God. Well,
we are following the challenge. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That's for sure.
Chuck's used to swallowing, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, God, whatever. So, anyways, to catch us up, we got Chuck out here, vegan. He loves the meat. That's true. David, one of my favorite movies is The Terminator. A few of the actors who appeared on the first 2 movies appeared on Tales from the Crypt. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who directed and appeared in the episode The Switch. Earl Bowen, who appeared in the episode Dead Right. Dick Miller, who appeared in the film Demon Knight. And Lance Hendrickson, who appeared in the episode Cutting Cards and Yellow. Yes, that's for sure. We got Gabby tuning in. It's professional, LOL. We got Chuck. What's up? Oh, man. Sex change all started with the smooth balls and Manscaped clippers. I need some Manscaped. Yes, you do. I completely believe that. And Sean, I'm subscribed and have fun from the beginning. Yes, you have. No Google allowed, of course. Hopefully you don't mean David can't play along, because David can. So he loves the sauce, man sauce. We already know this about Jack, that's for sure. And no, we don't have to answer it in question. We're going to write it down and show the piece of paper. Hold the nut, Jack, then swallow. So anyways, let's go ahead and we should probably introduce our guest for this evening. And we kind of prepared a small, well, Jack prepared a small song, and I made a video in about 2.5 minutes. So let's go ahead and play this little intro video for our good friend.
Hey, what's up, man?
You know, there's only one person in my life.
Wait, I thought it was me.
That ever made sense to obsess over.
Oh, she must be a pretty girl.
As much as he loves his beer,
Wait, is it he?
I just want to pull him near.
Dude, that's kind of crazy.
There's just something about that sexy smile and that voice that gets me all moist.
I don't think guys should say that.
Andy, I'm home.
Why do you sound like that?
Andy.
I think you have a serious obsession problem. I mean, come on. Oh, wait, that's Guy.
Oh, Andy.
He reduced beer.
Oh, Andy, I'm home.
Look, he's got to put a stalker, thing on you.
His name is Andy, I'm home.
I know you said that before.
Andy, I'm home. His name.
What was his name? I don't think you said it enough.
The way you talk about beer, it makes me wanna pull you near.
That's real weird.
I just love that sexy smile.
Really?
And I could gaze at it for a while.
Dude, seriously, you got a problem.
Andy, I'm home. Put your hands in the air.
Why would I do that? That's what the cops are going to say when they arrest you for stalking.
Andy, I'm home.
Okay, look, I get it. Stop saying his name over and over.
Andy, I'm home.
Okay, you are officially a creeper and you're going to get arrested. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the risen, the zombified, Andy Imhof to Tales from the Podcast.
Jack really loves singing that name.
I do. It gets me so moist.
Sorry, guys. For a second, I thought I was dead again. Holy shit.
Oh, Andy, dude. It's been a while. The last time we saw you, you died. And
You know
died.
how nice it is to be able to breathe again, you guys?
how
Take
nice
your
is
lungs
it?
for granted, but when you can't use your lungs, like, people don't realize there's no smoking in the afterlife because you don't breathe. Like, if you're a vampire, you're probably not smoking either. So here's the thing. I just realized this. How can the undead smoke and drink and do drugs? You know what I'm talking about?
Return of the Living Dead. Yes. This is
Well,
a joke.
They don't have to
I'm
be able to
assuming.
breathe as much as they have to just be able to push air.
Well, I guess that's true. So technically, you could smoke with your anus.
Yes. Actually, funny enough, I just heard about this whole story where they were working on giving oxygen to rats through their anus.
Really? I think
Yes.
that's called balloon animals.
Well, they were doing it for scientific purposes because if they're able to get more oxygen into your bloodstream for people who are like when they're in a coma, it helped them have less brain damage. And apparently, our first thought as Americans is, hey, let's shove it up their ass. So Jack's already on the waiting list to get in there. He has no medical issues, but he just really loves it when things are stuck up his ass.
So do you guys remember there's a South Park episode where the ultimate clean energy that runs this new type of vehicle is a pole goes in your ass and then a pole goes in your mouth, and then you have to jerk these two.
Yes.
That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed, obviously.
Oh my
Of
God.
I mean, listen, I may have been dead, but I'm not stupid. Like,
Yeah.
Yo,
clean energy, you know?
Right.
Oh
So,
my God.
So, anyways, how is being dead?
You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Rats tore my shirt all up. This is one of my favorite shirts. I'm really disappointed about that. And honestly, this is like they say I got like zombie hair going on. I just can't do anything with it. It's growing back, and now it's everywhere. Jack, I know you know how difficult it is to style hair that just is unruly. You know,
I do. You know, it's
okay.
rough.
I mean, it's okay. I'm back now. And we're trying to get things rolling. I've done a couple of commercials. I think I sent you one, Justin. So maybe we can talk about that a little bit later on. But no, it was good. You know, the afterlife was weird, dude. Hell had the better parties, but heaven had the better wet bar. You know, limbo was really just kind of the reason why they call it limbo is because it's just a big tiki party. I had no idea. You know, I show up and I'm like, is this heaven? And this dude goes, no. And I was like, well, is it hell? And he's like, hey, motherfucker, does it look like hell? Like, we're just chilling, right?
Right.
Ran into Johnny Cash. He's kind of an asshole. I was not expecting that. We did some songs together. There was a karaoke bar there.
No.
There's a lot of fucking people in this place. I mean, it literally is standing room only. I got to be honest with you guys. I think it's time for us to stop breeding because, I mean, things are getting real packed down there. Real packed. You heard what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I 100% can agree with that. I have been promoting the whole idea of anti-breeding or abortions for quite a long time.
I've started calling my friends breeders if they're having kids. It's just no offense, Jack. Congratulations.
I'm just gonna do this. You guys are just
perfect timing for everything with him.
Going off. Here you go. I mean, you guys have your moment there. I'm just here. You guys are talking about the undead and abortions.
Right.
So
no, I have a question.
I still get some dirt out of my nose every time I blow my nose, and you know,
I get it.
The lady's not real okay with the smell just yet, but we're working on it. You know,
how's the sex life?
Well, so it's kind of weird since my heart's not beating. I actually have to roll over onto my stomach to get blood flow down to the bits I need them to be. And so it's kind of limited our time. So like if she wants to get on top, I have to quickly roll over, and then we have just a couple of minutes before the blood flows out. And then we got to, you know, start the process over. So it's a little bit time consuming, but you know, after you've been dead, any amount of time up here just feels like forever. It's literally been forever in a day. Seriously.
So was Michael Jackson there?
Oh, I gotta be honest, man. He was occupying some of the lower levels, if you know what I'm saying. He has a private suite. You get what I'm picking up? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Was he with Jeffrey Epstein or was that the other side?
You know, I didn't see Epstein. I did end up seeing Muammar Gaddafi. He's a pretty legit dude. We had a beard off. We had a whole row of dudes that were doing the beard offs. I'd never heard of the guy that won the beard off, but fuck yeah, just this. The beard was just. I had the if zombies could envy. Ooh, I had so much beard envy for this dude. Actually, one of the main characters of tonight's episode, Zelda Rubinstein, I met her. Shoddy thick.
Apparently on
at 4'3", she has exclusive access to some regions that she knows how to use. I'm just saying.
You know,
Lord bless Zelda. Mwah, I will see you again, lady.
You know, there was back in the day. It was said on the set of Poltergeist, she was quite the woman, like the go round woman.
Oh, yeah.
Like she had a lot of boyfriends apparently that were obsessed with that short ass.
She was a fucking freak.
The original thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would say for horror. I'm curious about this commercial. I don't mind if you play it now. I'm really intrigued.
So we should probably go ahead and actually introduce it. So as far as I understand, Andy, you've been doing quite a bit of extra work on the site and getting yourself noticed a little bit, and noticed well enough where the actual Ford Motor Company came to you to voice over a commercial, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's not the commercial that aired. It was their preliminary commercial. It's the one that went out to corporate, right? They ended up hiring Bryan Cranston, which, hey, that's fine. He's been in the industry a long time. He's paid his dues, you know. But they did pay me. yeah, they did pay me to do that corporate video. So, you know, I felt good about it, and I was happy to do it for Ford. And I hope it opens the door to more work in the future. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to hear the smooth, buttery voice of a zombie, right?
Oh, I 100% agree. Now I'm just curious. Do you mind if I go ahead and play that for everybody to check out?
Well, so remind me how many people you go out to on this show, because I mean, technically I was supposed to keep it on the low, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in the ground low, but I think it'll be all right. I mean, if a few people see it, it's not going to be a big deal. You know what I'm talking about? It's like showing your friends the UFOs that you work on in the desert. If just a couple of them see it, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like it's going to ruin your life or anything.
Yeah, and I have, for the record, I have no idea what they're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So this is brand new to me. So I'm excited to see this preliminary commercial.
Jack's gonna fucking love it.
Oh, dude, I'm excited for you, brother.
I hope my internet plays it well. So
hopefully it does. So, anyways, here is the latest Ford commercial for one of their new trucks with the voiceover done by our own Andy Imhof.
Zombie.
775 foot-pounds of torque, probably. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, if our math's right. It's a non-stop thrill ride of pure clean energy that'll give you more smiles to the gallon than an Amsterdam wet nurse. Oh yeah, and it's a Ford F-150. The all-new F-150 Lightning is probably the quickest truck we've ever built, with what we assume to be the highest torque figures of any F-150 ever. Every F-150 Lightning battery pack is mined from 22,000 pounds of dirt and infused with the soul of the child miner that ripped it from the ground with their bare hands. It's got a frunk. You heard that right. A grown man just said frunk. It's got enough juice to power your whole house for 3 days and charge up your panty waist Prius. Remember Edison and Topsy? This baby can electrocute 2 grown elephants and still have enough left to get your snot-nosed crib goblins to school while towing your new boat. Tesla who? Rivian what? Sorry, we don't speak little girl tea parties. The all-new, all-electric Ford F-150.
What a commercial. I love it.
That's
Fucking killed it, man. I can't believe they decided not to use it.
I can't
either. I can't either. I'm so disappointed.
I mean, you really channeled the Ford stereotype driver.
I'm pretty sure you sounded like every person behind a Ford.
I got to give shout outs to a couple of people. My buddy Garrett, he was the one that reminded me that through the entire ad, the one that they actually released, through that entire ad, they keep saying we're tracking to make this kind of horsepower. We're it's charted to make this much torque. It potentially will be the highest torque truck we've ever had. And so I wanted to make sure that I threw a bunch of that stuff in, you know.
That makes
no make sense. This much power, probably. You can only assume that it's going to be our. Oh, and then my buddy Jake, he was the one that came up with the snot-nosed crib goblins. He also reminded me of Edison and Topsy. You guys know what that is?
Yes. I learned about it from a Bob's Burgers episode.
The one that invented it before Tesla? Yeah. Tesla stole the idea.
He wanted to prove how dangerous AC power was. And so they killed a full-grown elephant in front of a crowd of people.
Yeah, which, you know, sometimes you have to do that. Nothing proves a point more than killing an elephant in front of a group of people.
Listen, sometimes you just got to slap a bitch down. That's all I'm saying.
So, Tales from the Podcast does not condone anything that is said by our guests. We do not promote that, but yet we are here.
Whatever. So, anyways, we are here to discuss some Tales from the Crypt. But before
and Mortal Kombat.
Why Mortal Kombat?
Really?
We don't have to discuss Mortal Kombat. We've already discussed it. So, anyways, you just weren't there. So
I was dead. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
See, there's good reasoning there. So, anyways, before we get going into this episode of Tales from the Crypt, let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. So, want to go ahead and say a real big thank you to House of Mysterious Secrets, and go ahead and check them out for all their horror merchandise, and use our code 4130 to save 10%. And that's over at houseofmysterioussecrets.com. And also a big thank you to Manscaped. Use our code TFTP20 to save 20%, get you some free gifts, free shipping, and keep your balls looking good.
For the record, my balls ain't ever been so smooth.
He's not wrong. So anyways, let's go ahead and throw up our Manscaped ad, and then we'll get into this episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Support for Tales from the Podcast and 2G1C is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. We have an exclusive offer for our listeners, 20% off, free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. Manscaped has hooked up these fine gentlemen with a bunch of tools and formulations from their Perfect Package 3.0 kit. This is Chuck. He got a razor caught in his balls while he was trying to shave, but that's never going to happen again because Manscaped has created the best ball hair trimmer ever, the Lawnmower 3.0. It features a cutting-edge ceramic blade, an LED light for a more precise shave, and is waterproof to make sure your shower shave is clean and easy thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. And don't use the same trimmer you use on your face as your balls. It's just nasty. The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside the brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with everything you need to keep trim, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. I'm looking at you, Jack, because the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0 also includes a crop preserver, which is a deodorant and moisturizer for your balls. Put it on your balls. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smallest part of your body? And yes, Jack, your balls stink. That's why you don't have any dates. But now, with the crop preserver and the crop reviver, you can get those dates, sailors, so get on out there. And also, Manscaped threw in 2 free gifts into their perfect package. A pair of high-performance Manscaped boxer briefs, aren't they sexy, that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day, and a travel shed bag to store all your grooming goodies. Trim that junk of yours and trim 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. We save balls.
They do. So
I'm not saying that when you're dead it doesn't matter, but all I'm saying is when you're dead, hole is hole. It doesn't even matter anymore.
That's fair enough.
You get what I'm talking about? You picking up what I'm putting down there, Jack?
Yes.
Sure he does. So before I go ahead and get started, I should probably catch us up on some of these comments because they kind of flew in quick on me. So oh, Jack, you're losing now. I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
That's
the nut.
The death nut where they got to pay to go to the next round to make us lose.
Oh, yes.
The good news is it's not the first time that Seaman Hunter has taken a hot load in the mouth. I'm just going to point that out.
No. He's took many nuts in the face.
Yes.
So we got Sam. That beard almost looks as good as mine. I love the way he said that so seductively. Like I imagine that's how Sam says it.
That beard looks good.
You guys are like you guys say I'm
make a beard date sometime. I love that. I really do.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Sam, hole is whole.
Right, Sean, he's in love with that name. And Sam, I didn't know who he was on Between Two Ferns. I love it. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. Obviously that's in reference to what you were talking about earlier, Andy. Sam, was you stuck on the plane waiting for Michael Jackson, who just wants to be a girl? Let's see. Jack's a fucking mouth breather. I do not know that person. I gotta really start looking. Let's see here. Sean, that's awesome, Andy. Hopefully get you more work.
I think Sean said that before watching the video.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
Sean, if you don't mind, please feel free to follow the YouTube link. Give us a like over there.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we've been posting the links as well.
I appreciate
Ford
that.
enough gay to satisfy even Richard Simmons.
So I actually met a couple of people who knew Richard Simmons while I was in the lower levels. I'll just be totally honest.
How did that go?
Richard Simmons, he seems like a real nice guy, but he doesn't salt his vegetables. That apparently is a huge no-no. It's not going to get you like all the way to the bottom, but it's gonna get you a room next to the ice maker. You heard what I'm saying?
You're kind of a piece of shit if you don't, really, though.
Right.
You know.
Wait,
Richard other people.
Richard Simmons isn't dead. He's still alive and kicking.
No, but people know him and have eaten at his house and said his cooking is atrocious. So obviously, when he makes his way down here, and by the way, you don't know if he's dead or not. When's the last time you saw Richard Simmons? Boom.
Got you. That's for sure. Sean, Mortal Kombat was 2 weeks ago. Exactly. Let's see here. So plastic balls are always so smooth. I'm assuming Sam has some fake nuts. Let's see. We need Manscaped to do a giveaway too. Well, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know, but you can actually just go over there, check them out. It's really not that expensive, and use our code TFTB20, save 20%. I think that's actually worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, and
So
you should check. And you guys should check out our other sponsor, Blu-ray Underground, BLUE Underground.com, Blu-ray Underground. All their movies are $10. Blu-rays of stuff you never thought would be on Blu-ray. So check them out. Yeah, $10 a
Cool
piece.
enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Jacob chiming in. God, I'm so sick of Manscaped ads. Well,
First
get
off,
used to it. That's all I can say.
Who the fuck is Jacob? Do we know you?
Whatever. Who cares? All that matters is the fact that if you keep watching, you're gonna probably keep seeing them. And
Jake is mad jealous that he still has the fuzzy balls going on.
That's what it is. He's so upset, you know, like his boyfriend just said, "Oh my God, you gotta shave," and he's like, "I'm a man," and he's like, "Well, it's not going anywhere near this."
Hey man, you need to shave that junk. Damn fucking right.
That is right, sure. Jacob. Take some tips. Take some tips from your boyfriend as well if you want it. So do some manscaping.
Are you trying to gay shame him? How dare? We're gonna get you a room next to an ice maker.
I want ice. I need ice.
Hole is whole.
So anyways, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking about a episode from season 4, and this is episode 7, The New Arrival. This was based off of the Haunt of Fear issue number 25 comic book, and this originally aired July 25th of 1992. Now, this was directed by Peter, God, I suck at saying these names. Is it Medak?
Sure.
I think. Yeah, sure. He did a lot of TV stuff, but he also did the Changeling, quite a bit of the 80s Twilight Zone, Species 2. But you know, he did some pretty cool things, that's for sure. And,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, and the screenplay was done by Ron Finley, who unfortunately has only done 3 things: this, Before We Ruled the Earth, and The Watcher. So yeah, some of the people that do this obviously don't continue to work.
And it actually makes sense because there were some holes that I feel like could have easily been filled in this episode. So
wait till we talk about the comic book. There's some pretty decent changes, that's for sure.
And just a real quick disclaimer: I didn't read the comic book. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody ever really does. That's fine.
I'm among friends.
Oh my god. So, anyways, I just I saw a comment, so I want to keep going ahead and keep going with this right here. So we got Ron chiming in. Wow, you don't even bring up the big Death Nut Horror Trivia Challenge host comment. I am hurt. Not like the user will be, the hurt nonetheless.
There was no
this
other.
Is the first comment I've seen you do.
If you made a comment, Ron, Facebook does like block inappropriate, because I've tried to fuck with Chuck on the other show, and it like I get the notification later that it was inappropriate. So whatever you said must have been inappropriate. If it was directed towards me, fuck you, Rod.
Whatever. You guys love each other. This is going to be a very interesting, that's for sure. We got good friend of mine, Josh Fighter, tuning in over there on Twitch. Jack was not gay shaming. He was just talking from experience.
Josh, I love you. Seriously. Fabulous.
And David, Changeling is a very scary movie. I agree.
That's probably the shortest comment he's ever written.
Right. And let's see. Ron said, all I asked was, did Jack just say that Tesla stole shit? I think Jack meant it the other way around about Edison taking the idea. I think that's what you meant, right? Or did you say, I don't know. We're going to have to go back after this and see what Jack really said, because sometimes he does say some stupid shit.
No, Tesla stole the Tesla, like he stole it from Edison, if I'm not mistaken. The whole idea. Yeah, the car, the idea and stuff. So, or Tesla stole from, or Edison stole from, yeah, you know, guys, you know what I'm saying. Someone stole it from someone. My bad.
Fair enough. So,
you know, Tesla was celibate, right?
What?
I didn't know that.
Tesla was celibate his entire life. He actually has long writings in his diaries about how he pined for and longed for this pigeon that he believed was coming to visit him, and he was in love with this pigeon. I just wanted to point that out because had he had a MANSCAPED kit, dude would have been getting laid all around town. He would have been able to die of syphilis instead of dying a penniless fool.
You are 100% right. I completely agree with that. So let's see here. We got some actors to talk about in this. We got David Warner in this right here as Dr. Alan Goetz.
Yes.
And dude, the thing I love about David is he looks like he's one of the dudes where when you see his face, you're like, I know that guy. What do I know him from?
TMNT 2. Secret of the Ooze. Secret of the Ooze. Boom.
Everything. He's done everything.
Did you?
And he's really the same character in everything too. If I'm not mistaken, he's the same.
Pretty much. Like I'll be honest though. All right, what was your favorite movie he was in?
Teenage Mutant Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze. How about you, Andy?
Well, I mean, I remember him from Titanic.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, I'm a nerd.
I loved him from The Lost World. I don't know if you remember those old Lost World movies from the early 90s. I fucking love those movies, dude. They're amazing.
God, the pre-Jurassic Park, the ones that were based off the books originally. Oh,
yeah.
Wow,
yeah. Those are... yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about them.
Getting actually nerdy. That's for sure.
He made a guest appearance on one of my favorite shows.
What's that?
The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
I have the
he has a lot of credits.
I loved that show. It's a shame that it only ran one season. Almost everything that Bruce Campbell did during like this period of time, you know, Jack of all trades and Briscoe County Jr., they all got one season and then we're done. And like, I get it. They weren't cinematic masterpieces or anything, but man, that was a good show. Like I wanted to see it through.
Right.
Dude, speaking of him, did you watch the first or the second season of Creep Show, like the opening episode?
I have not yet.
Dude, are you serious? You guys, what the fuck?
I've been watching other things. I don't really care right now.
Trust me,
I was dead.
Oh, that's true.
That's my excuse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Justin, you're a fan of Evil Dead and all that, and you haven't watched it. I am appalled, and you should be. I'm offended as a horror fan.
What?
I'm offended.
Really?
Because you haven't watched the first episode, and
you'll
see why.
This trivia. We'll see what you are if you even are a horror fan. So, anyways, let's go ahead and continue that. Well, I guess before let's continue, let me go ahead and catch up on these comments because they're starting to pile up again. So we got Ron. We already went through that one. Sam, this episode would be better with I think he means trancers.
Trancers.
Yeah, definitely. There's also a Changeling movie that is a drama film directed by Clint Eastwood. Interesting. I didn't know that. Let's see. Sam going to that. Let's see. Yes, you're right. Edison stole. Right. Edison stole right there. And yes, David, you are correct. He was in the original Omen as well. Not reading your comments out loud because you are definitely being the one coming off a little ignorant, so not worth my time. Let's see here. Ooh, there's a little jab at you, Jack. Remember, he is writing the questions. Obviously, you guys are all fucking with each other. See, Master Control in Tron. I remember that show with Bruce Campbell. Yes.
It was on TNT, if I'm not mistaken. That's where it premiered. Like, that's where it ran. But also, a lot of TNT shows didn't go past one season, just like Mortal Kombat Conquest.
TNT never really did a great job at anything, to be fair. Sam, now I just want to play DBD, Dead by Daylight now. Bruce, my man. Too bad he's so fucking loud.
I got to give a quick shout out to a buddy of mine that plays Dead by Daylight. Like, you would not believe. I mean, this dude absolutely smokes. Brunstad, Brunstad TV is his Twitch. And if you like Dead by Daylight or Dead by Dawn, the game.
Dead by Daylight.
Oh, we played Dead by Daylight.
The game. Oh, bro, he is worth watching. He is hilarious. And he's just like, he's a slayer. It's unreal.
Wait, is there a Dead by Dawn and then Dead by Daylight, like two games? Or
no, I'm probably mixing it up.
You've been dead, bro. Yeah. Come on.
Here's the weird thing is I had a brain injury before I died. And then when I came back, I still have it. And I'm just like, what? Oh, no. I can't get a little bit of an upgrade here. I'm still fat. Like, what happened?
Right? You should be losing some weight like I have with doing the vegan diet for 2 weeks or a month or 3.
All right. Exactly. Are you doing that to lose weight, Jack?
I started it out as doing it to lose weight and trying to heal some other things. And then it just turned out like, hey, you know what? This is probably the healthier thing to do before I have my surgery. So,
right. Hopefully your surgery goes over
what
well.
The fuck?
Are you able to talk about it at all?
In a minute. Look at this. Facebook is fucking teasing me, yo. See this?
Nobody
That's
cares.
some bullshit. Anyways, no. So, no.
Hey, JB,
I think
you know what I care about?
What do you care
about?
about?
The absolute smoke show that was Joan.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That was what?
Joan
Severance. We're getting back on track.
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
No,
yes,
if I could get an erection, it would be game over.
I bet.
I have plenty.
I think she's she's probably mostly known for being in the Master of Sex series, right?
Yeah.
No, What? Wait.
What are you talking about, Jack?
I'm so confused.
Who do you think we're talking about?
He's still hung up on Zelda.
We haven't even brought up Zelda yet.
My bad. You're talking about the fucking
Joan Severance.
Yeah, my bad.
We know who we're talking about. Yeah, definitely. She was also in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, the Black Scorpion movies. Pretty much a lot of like porn type stuff, to be honest. That's what she's really known for.
Well, when you're a supermodel, I don't know, and especially a supermodel in the 80s and 90s.
That's the weird part, because we have her, and then we actually have a legit supermodel.
Dude, just imagine like when I see like these hot chicks like from the early 90s and 80s, all I can think
just runs away because they don't have dicks.
Well, that too, but like I can only imagine that they needed Manscaped to the max back then, because if you remember in Revenge of the Nerds, Booger's always like, "Let me see the bush. I want the bush." And you're like,
Booger though. Most guys don't, thrive to be somebody like Booger.
Oh yeah, but no, it's just, it's just what I thought of the '80s, just from that one movie. So
whatever. So, anyways, though, talking about the supermodels, we have Twiggy in this episode as well as Bonnie. She was I'd say most famously known for being in Blues Brothers, but I'm not the person to ask some of those questions to.
Who?
That's the only thing I've ever known her from.
Really?
When I was watching the Blues Brothers, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, Twiggy's in this," and my mom knew her from Model Days or whatever. I was just like, "Who's this woman?"
Right.
Like, which one was she in Blues Brothers?
Huh?
Bit part.
First one.
She picked up. Yeah, she was nothing.
Yeah, she's not like a legit actress, to be honest.
Oh,
okay. She's little small parts for the most part. And we had Zelda Rubinstein. in this as well. Best known for being in the Poltergeist movies, as well as she did an episode of the series as well. She did what? Teen Witch. She's been in quite a bit
Teen
of stuff.
Witch. I remember that,
Yeah,
dude. That was the sexy redhead teen. Oh my god.
She wasn't though. She wasn't the sexy redhead.
I know she wasn't, but oh my god, I remember that movie.
Been.
She was also in 16 Candles.
Oh,
yeah, she's actually in quite a bit of stuff. It's surprising, really.
With the fire crotch,
that's not appropriate to call somebody a fire crotch.
Well, Molly Ringwald of the 80s was fire crotch. Like, if there was a movie, it was that. They had Firestarter, but then they had the porn Fire Crotch starring Molly
Ringwald. Was it a porn called Fire Crotch? Is what you're trying to tell me?
No, but what I mean is it was the spoof of the spoof. Yeah, just Google it.
So, and we also have Robert Patrick in this. Probably most famously known for playing in Double Dragon.
Ooh.
Yes. So one of our favorite movies of all time. Chuck absolutely loved that movie.
I love that movie.
He's probably more well known for being in Terminator 2. Let's be honest.
Part 2.
He's been in a ton of shit though. Wayne's World, Last Action Hero, Striptease, The Faculty, Dusk Till Dawn 2. Balls of Fury, Fury, Walk the Line. He was in a ton of shit.
Thanks to Manscaped.
And use our code TFTP20 to save 20%.
Maybe we should play the commercial before we go into the breakdown.
No, I'm not going to keep doing that many times. I'm only required to do it once per episode. So.
Dude, Robert Patrick, though, legend.
Yeah, I kind of wish he would have had more to do with this episode, to be honest. But we'll get to that momentarily. So, anyways, with all that being said, that pretty much introduces all the actors, actresses, and who wrote and directed this episode. So, Jackie Poo, why don't you go ahead and give us a quick walkthrough of this episode?
Honestly, probably one of the quickest ever. The guy is hosting a damn, psychiatrist TV radio show, and then next thing you know, this where you see this guy being this, douchebag, and he comes out and says, "Hey, your ratings suck. I'm gonna get your spot." And the guy's like, "Oh, fuck you." Anyways, he goes to his show. Next thing you know, his producer and head manager at the radio station are talking about like, "Oh, you're going to be fired. You're going to go to the employment line, blah, blah, blah." And the guy's hearing it through the headphones. And then they get this caller that's talking about her daughter and how she's blah, blah, blah. And then he hears everything and he's like, "Oh, fuck blah, this." Blah, blah. She's like, blah, blah, blah.
Everyone talk like a fucking Peanuts adult.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And the next thing you know, she and then let's see. Okay, so then from there, what we have is he cons a way to keep his show on the air because they hear that he's going to get replaced. So he decides to go to this lady's house for this child psychiatry stuff. And next thing you know, they go to the show. Yeah, they get there, and he's like apparently obsessed with electricity, where he hates it. He doesn't trust it. So he's like, "Give me a pencil to ring the doorbell." And then the bitch, the supermodel, presses it. And then the bitch gets. Bzzz,
you don't have to call her a bitch.
Look,
like.
Okay, so anyways, she's a fucking bitch, and she gets what she deserves. And then she gets zapped. The girl comes out, Zelda, and she's like, "Oh, I've been tinkering with the goddamn electricity." And then he's like, "Oh, it's okay." And next thing you know, you hear the damn dumbass whatever upstairs, boom, 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 And then he's like, "Don't feed into it. She's just doing it for attention. The softest part, but the loudest noise. Boom, 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 and whatever." And then he goes in and. Then they see a picture of her goddamn husband from World War II, and this is like 40 years later. She's still waiting on the guy. I'm sorry to say, hey, rest in peace, General. Next thing you know, let's see what else happens after that. They're like, "I need to meet this little girl," and she. Okay, so they go up and basically they go try to see her room. And the girl gets the bitch gets some like gum stuck on her shoe, and next thing you know, she's like, "I sees her," sees her, and there she goes over yonder ways, and gets strangled by that little dumbass kid, and then the doctor and the other hot chick, the blonde, is like, oh my God, this is fake. This has been a ruse this whole time, which makes no sense because how the fuck did this body get in there while they're in there, which makes no sense. And they realize it's all fake and they find a dead body. And then he's like, it's gotta be the girl. You know, she's acting double personality bullshit. And then
Nora's her name.
Nora. And then, the maniac cop came in and then she was like, what? And then he runs downstairs because he tries to open the door and then looks up and there's blonde right there. And this actually, I remember watching this live first time. I was afraid of ceiling fans. That must have been the most fast fucking ceiling fan on Earth, as I say. And it cuts her head off.
As most Cajuns say.
Hey, no, Mo, I'm talking redneck right now. There's a difference, okay? I'm trying to channel, Ron's ancestry stuff. So he does that, and his head gets cut off, flown at him, knocks him out some fucking how. And next thing you know, they go upstairs. He's tied up, and the woman Nora's here. You need some water, and he's like, wait, hold up. Didn't we just discuss how do dead people vape, motherfucker? How do dead people vape?
I don't know what accents you're doing. I have no clue what accents you're doing right now.
All right.
I'm not even. No, please continue.
Okay, I'm going now. All right,
I don't even understand why there's the accents.
All right, now here we go again. All right, so all right, so
you're not making yourself seem at all in any bit intelligent.
All right, so there he goes upstairs. All right, and then he's tied to a chair, and then the woman comes up.
Are you mocking Barry?
I'm not mocking Barry.
Barry's never going to come on the show again.
I love British people. I just love the accent. Okay, so all right, so we're going to go there.
I think we should probably stop the accents because it sounds stupid as shit.
He's tied to the chair. He's tied to the chair. And he's like, I need to meet your daughter, maybe show her some love or whatever, loving formula, what the fuck ever. And he thinks it's the mom. So the little girl goes up to him, unties his arm, and sits on his lap to give him a hug. And he ends up like choking a bitch, calling it Nora. And then let's see. And then next thing you know, the Nora appears and he's like shell shocked that, oh my God, I thought it was you, blah, blah, blah. He throws the chick to the ground and then it's, revealed her mask comes off that this bitch is dead and has been for 40 fucking years. And she's a zombie the whole time. So no wonder she didn't fucking listen because she's a goddamn zombie. And no offense, Andy. And,
none taken, asswipe.
Okay, cool. And so next thing you know, they tie him up, which doesn't make any sense. If that moment, wouldn't you fucking fight the bitch?
They had him tied up for a while, but
no, his arm was loose.
What can he do? What the fuck can he do about that?
Kill a zombie, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think he could.
Okay, then the Nora goes up to him and he's like, all of them tried to help. None of them knew what to do. And he turns the chair around and it's like all his colleagues from the last 20 years that are dead, sitting up there chilling. And next thing you know, it ends with the radio show playing that he was replaced. The end.
Which is sitting on his lap, but yeah, kind of. You definitely went over that pretty quick. There was a little bit more to it.
JB, I think you sent me the wrong video, bro.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. Jack just he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and make this my own, and it's like that's not what you're supposed to do at all.
Yo, that's what the fuck happened in the episode. Like,
blah, blah, blah.
You're being real racist to zombies right now. I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta.
Are you gonna cancel me? Are you gonna cancel me?
I think you do it to yourself. It is what it is. You know, this episode was a little bit better than the way you described it. There was quite a bit more going on with the house. That's for sure. You know, Zelda or Nora like doing her tinkering and stuff. They had electrocuted with the doorbell as well as like some of the door handles and locked and everything. And you completely skipped over the whole ceiling fan kill and the head being chopped off.
I definitely said that.
Well, I mean, like, you just like jumped right over it. Like, that was a pretty fucking cool scene, especially for 1992.
That's what I fucking said. I said,
oh yeah, I couldn't tell. Maybe it was the accent. I was like, I can't fucking handle this.
Man, then this fucking bitch, she fucking hit the button, and then that whirly bird came on down, and fucking took that band, his back head came right off, and then the ball fell down the steps there, man, fell right on that damn
It's like we got two Jack Hunters.
Andy, you speak my language now, boy. How you doing, cuz?
So, anyways, before we go ahead and get into the differences between the episode and
check out
the comic
Manscaped
book, I am going to go ahead and catch us up on some of these comments.
I'd rather not.
Well, too bad. It's kind of what we do. That's for sure.
JB, before you say that, there is one thing I wanted to quickly point out.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't think the little girl was actually a zombie. It might depend on your definition of zombie, though. Would Frankenstein's monster be a zombie?
Is it creation? Yes. Yeah.
But it's a
what soul?
It's actually a horde of zombies connected. Because it's a bunch of dead people put into one body. So when it, maybe not a horde, but what do you call like a group of like 8 or 9?
A herd.
A herd. So it's like a herd of zombies in one person.
It's a gaggle. It's a gaggle of zombies. Yeah.
Yes, a gaggle of zombies. I like that. That's and thank you for the appropriate terms for that. I didn't want to come off offensive.
No, it's fine. If you've ever met a goose before, then you know that gaggle's about right for a zombie.
Yeah, they're pretty dangerous and they go all over the place. They're always fucking poking their heads at shit and biting.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. They're mean. They're ornery. My whole thing, though, is since she's a tinkerer and since everything is electric in the house, I get the feeling like there was supposed to be some, Frankenstein-esque electric reanimation of the daughter.
Right.
Maybe if you think about when the comic book, he hasn't gotten to it yet, but if you think about when the comic book was written, I would say that probably in the comic book they did something in that vein. No, they didn't. Wow.
No, you'll be surprised. So before we go ahead and start talking about the comic book, let's catch up on these comments.
No.
Yeah. So let's see here. Balls of Furry, the Jack Hunter story. Yes, not now because of Manscaped.
Use code TFTP 20.
There's a movie I've seen with Robert Patrick called Alien Trespass. That is a homage to
Alien.
Does that say alien? It says
Alien. Alien.
Oh, is that an I? I'm sorry, it looked like ALLEN.
What cloud are you on right now? What cloud?
Shut the fuck up. See, Balls of Furry. I love it. See, good grief. Let's see. My apologies, but don't they both work ultimately? I'm not sure what that's about.
I don't know.
Exactly. I'll agree with you on this one. What a great rundown. That's for sure. Let's see. I am so glad Joe Bob is showing Maniac Cop 2 right now. Otherwise, I'd be asleep. Oh, that is harsh. Let's see. Sam Knight. Good psychology beats bad behavior every time. Fucking right. That is right. Let's see here. David.
Zombie children.
The plot twist kind of reminds me of Psycho. Kind of. I can see where you're going with that.
They were trying to go for it and then like pull the rug out.
They were doing an M. Night Shyamalan. They wanted to set it up like it's supposed to be one thing and then reveal later that it's something else.
Shyamalan.
That's for sure. Let's see here. We got Ron. I'm from Wisconsin there, Dicklock. I think that's about the incest comment. Redneck Jack, you live in Louisiana, you wetneck.
Actually, to be honest with you guys, I am a coon ass. So fuck all you. Coon ass, bone and red.
That sounds really racist. I don't think you should say that number.
I will say it forever.
I don't think it's a good idea.
A coon ass.
So we also got Sam chiming in. Oh, great, Jack, bedtime stories. You just gotta, well, bang your head on a wall. Isn't that the fucking truth? Let's see here. We got Ron. Frankenstein's monster isn't a zombie because it wasn't a person who died and came back. They were created.
Boom.
But it was multiple people that were put together
to
come back to life. Maybe
not
their entire body, but pieces of their body are being brought back.
But they were brought back with some type of sentient. You know, a zombie, their brain's gone. It's just the nervous system that's making their body operate. And their most basic, as we learned in the first Resident Evil movie, the most basic need, the need to feed.
Mila Jovovich.
Bingo.
Base. Let's see here. We got Sam chiming in. So if the child isn't a zombie, she is like the Crypt Keeper then? No, because the Crypt Keeper was birthed from a mummy and a two-headed, well, it depends on two-faced or two-headed, depending on the episode or the comic book. But, you know, I don't think she came from that. In the episode, she's supposed to be her daughter who was dead for 40 years and still kicking it. And they were pretty vague with it, that's for sure. David, it's alive. Unfortunately, it was. And so let me go ahead and talk about the comic book and some of the differences here. So this is like this is one of the really, really weird episodes. What was that? What are you drinking there?
Well, so I'm trying to rehydrate. I'm supposed to be drinking a lot of water because I got all dried out while I was buried.
Makes sense.
This is the closest thing I could get to water. It's truly black cherry.
Ooh, is it just water?
No, it's got alcohol in it.
All right. I didn't know. I'm not much of a drinker myself.
Truly is basically like the Safeway version of White Claw. And you know what they say about White Claw? It's a lot like having sex in a boat. It's fucking close to water.
Fair enough. So, anyways, let me go ahead and get into some of these comic book differences.
Really, Jack? You didn't like that joke? You just made a face like, what the fuck?
So this comic book
is
it's actually very, very different than the episode that we got. And like it's almost kind of hard to explain. So the first maybe fifth of the comic book is actually told in perspective of a haunted house. And it's kind of like the house thinking to itself. It's really odd. And there is no psychiatrist, there is no radio show, anything like that. What ends up happening is we get this little bit of a little bit of backstory explaining how there is this haunted house, and you know it has a girl that screams and cries on the inside and whatnot, and a similar kind of story to what we get with the with Nora and what's her face, what did they call her? I forget. But anyways, in this comic book, our main guy character, he ends up getting stuck in the mud and ends up going to this house to just try to find a place to stay the night there. And he's a salesman in this, just so you know. I guess the career choice doesn't really matter too much, except you're not getting all the whole, I guess the whole psychology aspect is the reasoning for them being brought together. So I guess it is kind of a big deal that this is more of just, you know, being stuck in the mud and kind of just drifting over there because he sees a house. Let's see. He ends up looking for this crying baby at night while he's staying the night. So we don't have like barely in like it wasn't as rushed, to say the least, as the comic book. And as he's going,
JB, I'm really sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Remind me again, what year was this comic from?
This comic book, I believe this one would have been 1952, I believe, or 1952 or 1953.
That's an old trope that they used to use. My car's broke down. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Can I stay the night at your house because I got nowhere else to go and nothing to do?
I guess it was popular in the 50s to do that.
It was. I mean, back then,
it's probably the only option you had, wasn't it?
I don't know, really. Maybe did cars just break down all the time in 1950s and it was like a really common thing?
I would think so. I mean, think about it. I mean, back then people were trusting. They're more, you know, America or civilization wasn't what it was then, you know. So Yeah,
Maybe?
I would.
I'm not sure.
I mean, think about it. You know,
I don't think it was because the cars were breaking down anymore. Just things were more spread out, and so if you're between farms and the distance between farms is a couple, 3, 4, 5 miles, it's dark.
We didn't have communication to be able to get help to us right away, and I don't know if everybody
you might not even necessarily have a phone that you could use at any given time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You need to have a phone operator. And I shouldn't have done that. It made me look like I was doing purple nurples. But, you had a phone operator that was plugging in the different cords to make your calls, right?
Right.
And, I mean, maybe they didn't even have anybody working at night. I have no clue. But it's a trope. I mean, it gets used so much in TV shows and comics and books and stuff.
Multiple episodes of Tales from the Crypt, like and quite a few of the comic book issues too. It doesn't happen just one time and throughout the series, that's for sure.
Right. But it's like, oh shit, my car broke down. Better walk to the nearest house and ask them if I can sleep in their child's bedroom.
Right. It's in like I believe it's like almost like 30% of all horror movies is how this starts out.
And the movie Clue.
Dear God.
Yeah. So, anyways, we end up having, like a similar like picture scene and things like that is happening in the comic book. And then when he's going and looking for this baby that's crying, or little kid that's crying that he's looking for, he ends up going and finding a man that has been chained upstairs in their attic. And they don't really go into too much detail, but you're kind of led to believe that this is her husband who died and was kind of left there. And she is, she pretty much just lost her mind and left him chained up there, and then goes and chains up him and treats him like a baby, and the comic book ends. So she keeps him in the end of the comic book just to have a child of her own, and that's what he kind of becomes, which is really odd. But like I said, this comic book is just very, very different than what we get in the episode. That's for sure.
It's almost better than the episode. Thinking about that, like keeping somebody as a child, kidnapping, like that's been done. Oh, there's been a movie about it where Last House, the house.
What movies?
House at the end of the street. Yeah, with fucking Twilight bitch. Is it her?
Why do you need to stop calling women bitches, Jack? We're gonna end up having to have some kind of like a
intervention,
public talk about you and your blatant sexism, and I'm assuming it's a Cajun thing, but I don't get it. I really don't. Let's go ahead and whatever. Let's go ahead and catch us up on some of these comments before we go to a small commercial break and then talk about what we thought about this episode. So here we go. We got Ron. Also, in regards to how Jack is eating now, veganism is a sad result of an immorally corrupt mind.
And I'm sexist. So
is it really?
Well,
you proved to yourself that you're sexist. I'm not 100% sure about veganism. Me, myself, if I could live off of beef jerky, I would. So
I'm not saying I am. I'm doing it to lose weight and for health reasons. Fuck you, Ron. Like, seriously.
Let's see. We got Sam here. But her father is General MacArthur, who is long dead by then. So dead father, living mom. So similar to the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. That's for sure. And I do like the idea how they go and kind of touch that aspect on the episode, but they go a whole different route, which is... I just wish they would have stuck a little bit more true, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's see here. David, car breaks down trope kind of reminds me of Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
One of the greatest musicals of all time. I fucking love Rocky Horror.
I dream about going to Transylvania anytime I can.
Right, let's see here. We got David. There is a 70s movie called The Baby. I don't think I've seen that one. Might have to check that out. David always having really, really good movie choices for us to check out.
Is that Argentino?
Ron's Jennifer Lawrence is who you're talking about.
You're right. Yeah. I forgot.
So
that's Flute.
Right. So anyways, before we go and talk about what we thought of this episode, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Hopefully you guys all stay with us. I'm going to make it a super quick commercial break, and I'm sorry for you guys who don't like it, but it's the shorter one, so deal with it.
Support for Tales from the Podcast and 2G1C is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. We have an exclusive offer for our listeners, 20% off, free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. Manscaped has hooked up these fine gentlemen with a bunch of tools and formulations from their Perfect Package 3.0 kit. This is Chuck. He got a razor caught in his balls while he was trying to shave, but that's never going to happen again. Manscaped has created the best ball hair trimmer ever, the Lawnmower 3.0. It features a cutting-edge ceramic blade, an LED light for a more precise shave, and is waterproof to make sure your shower shave is clean and easy thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. And don't use the same trimmer you use on your face as your balls. Just nasty. The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside the brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with everything you need to keep trim, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. I'm looking at you, Jack, because the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0 also includes a crop preserver, which is a deodorant and moisturizer for your balls. Put it on your balls. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smallest part of your body? And yes, Jack, your balls stink. That's why you don't have any dates. But now, with the crop preserver and the crop reviver, you can get those dates, sailors, so get on out there. And also, Manscaped threw in 2 free gifts into their perfect package. A pair of high-performance Manscaped boxer briefs, sexy, that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day, and a travel shed bag to store all your grooming goodies. Trim that junk of yours and trim 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Get Scape and use code TFTP20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. We save balls.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, having the same trimmer for your face and your nutsack, peak poor.
That's why you have to use our code and buy 2 of the Lawnmower 3.0s.
I mean, hey, most of us have razors, right? I mean, I don't know a guy that doesn't have a razor, but like it's time for you to step your game up. Go ahead and spend that little bit of money getting yourself that second set. And then when somebody comes in your bathroom and goes, "Oh man, can I use your trimmer?" You can go, "Of course you can, buddy."
I love it. I do.
This one's the nice one.
Ooh.
You know what? I
I
went against the rule, but man, dude, when I heard the voiceover, I instantly had to take a shit. I really think Andy Imhof should do our, give him a gig and redo our voiceover, man. Andy, I just,
I think you guys just need to stop your little stupid ass jabs.
You would be progressive because it would show that you are all inclusive. You're not racist against zombies, which I think
or
would be
sexist.
Yeah, sexist against male zombies. I think it would be a good thing for your show at this point, quite frankly, JB.
Yeah. I've actually been getting some suggestions in the chat for the show as well.
Fuck you.
So with that being said, let's catch up with the chat. So let's see here. Jack, take notes. That's how you do a rundown. JB, doing a great job. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jack, you did kind of a shitty rundown this week, so I'm going to show that one. And JB, you did a great. Love the show. Get a new co-host piece. So apparently, Jack Hunter, you are not enjoyed. I'm sorry to let you know that. We are going to have to start a poll on if we should remove Jack Hunter from the show. Or you can send me $500 and I'll kick him off right now. So first person to send me $500, we will ban Jack Hunter from the Tales from the Podcast show.
Shit.
Oh,
Jack, if he posts his Venmo link, you
bye guys.
So anyways, guys, this right here is the link for the PayPal account. I love it.
You know
Let's
what?
see how much people really don't like you. We'll see what we can do. Sean, wow, savage. I love it. Oh man. So, anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about what we thought about this episode. And Andy, being back from the dead and everything, I know you've been using a lot of your energy, so I want to go ahead and get you out of the way real quick first. So, yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you thought of this episode?
So this episode, it wasn't bad, but I mean, it definitely had some things lacking. It started off on the wrong foot because you've got literally the Terminator. You've literally got the T-2000 saying "Daddy-o." That was a big one for me. That was a problem. That was an issue. Didn't like that. Yes, that image right there.
Oh shit, that's who it is?
Are you joking right now? You didn't know that?
No.
Oh my god, Jack, you're fucking...
No wonder. My bad, yo. I am so sorry. I just realized. Show it picture again. It was so quick.
Just so everybody knows, even he agrees that the $500 is...
Sorry. Continue.
So, Jack, now it's my turn to help you out here a little bit. JB, that first link that you sent me played at 240p, and I couldn't tell who anyone was. It was just a jarbled mess. I had to search out a new version of that
DVDs
episode
and stuff. So it's like I can't be like, here's the DVD. Just
I know,
throw it over the internet to you.
I know, and I should have been more proactive, but I was proactive. You sent me that link. I was like, this link is absolute fucking garbage. And I went and found another link and I could watch it 720p.
We watched the same one. That's how I didn't fucking recognize him. So sorry, guys.
I watched it on my DVD. I recognized him right away.
Yeah.
I'm not on the opposite side. Okay. I'm on your side. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So we start that off, and it was interesting. Like, the producer for the psychiatrist, she turned the mic on so that he could hear what was happening to kind of clue him in. That was kind of an interesting detail there. I couldn't tell if it was done accidentally or if it was done on purpose. I got the impression that it was done on purpose. The producer was kind of trying to like
twiggy,
and I thought that was a nice little detail there. When they walk up to the house and everything is just fucking, and it's the typical TV thing. I get it. You have to, because it's just a thing now. You show up to a house and you're like, well, this looks like I'm going to die here. I should just go inside and see what's up. Like, I understand that's the typical TV trope. I get that, but that always just kind of bumps me when they go over the top with how bad everything looks. The Rona, which is very fitting. Rona, when she hits kind of is, yes. And she electrocutes herself to the point where she falls on the ground. And then she gets up and she's like, hope you've got a lawyer, and then continues inside the house. It's little stuff like that that'll bump me. Maybe that was supposed to be there for comedic effect. But again, we were talking about how the writer for this episode didn't really do anything else. A few things that weren't very good. And we're seeing that here. It's not a well-written episode. It's fun. It doesn't follow the comic book at all. And it's not all that great. You've got these over-the-top actors doing over-the-top acting. But anyways, it's fine. Little details like you can see the ceiling fan that chopped Bonnie's head off. You can see that there's like blades that are attached to it well within the first couple of shots. So there's good continuity there. I remember looking at that ceiling fan going, fuck is on that ceiling fan? And then I realized, oh, it's blades. So I kind of knew that something was coming, right? And then having like a mannequin thrown down the stairs at the psychiatrist with no head on it, that was pretty hilarious. And then, the grand reveal that the daughter is long dead and she's a zombie / Frankenstein. We don't have to debate that again. But yeah, there you go. You got a photo of it pulled up. I still, in my opinion, feel like it would have been super easy and all of 15 seconds for Zelda to be like, I told you I'm a good tinkerer.
Right. That was a really big missed opportunity. That's for sure.
So what's your score? What's your score?
I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it a 5. Like, it wasn't the worst piece of shit I've ever seen, but there were a lot of missed opportunities there. There were a few good continuity things. There was an interesting backstory. They tried to put too much in the episode that didn't need to be there. For frankly, we didn't even need to see necessarily what happened to Nora. She screamed, she's gone, she's out of the picture, right? I didn't even need to see her in the baby carriage. We could have literally saved that time and just panned over to a room with some test tubes and filled with some kind of goo that looks like it could be reanimating a person, a bunch of electrodes. That in my opinion would have completely changed this episode because it would have given that backstory context. But I'm still going to give it a 5 because I watched it. I actually watched it twice, so it's not the worst piece of shit in the world, but it's definitely not the best in the Tales from the Crypt lineup.
I very, very fair. That's for sure. Jackie Poo, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you thought about this episode and give your rating?
I'm actually going to throw it at you. I'll be the last person, sir.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you do that. So anyways, this episode, I thought it was okay for what it was. Comparing it to the comic book issue, I can really see why they kind of had to go the route that they went with it. Kind of doing it the comic book route with having like the haunted house kind of narrate what's going on could probably be a little bit confusing. So I can see why they made the changes that they made. So I can't really be too mad about that. Having the what's her name? Joan Severance's character. I already forgot her name. But having her actually going there. What'd you say?
I said witch. That witch?
Oh, no. Yeah. You're sexist bullshit again.
Yeah.
So, so anyways, having her go there was kind of unnecessary the entire time. I didn't really see the point in having her go along with them. Like, there was no reason other than just being able to have another kill, and not a very good one either. Like, she literally goes up into the attic and then kind of gets chased down by, a POV shot of, somebody going towards her wearing a really crappy mask. Something that, looks like Jack Hunter would have made on Instagram Live. It was, you guys can't see it right now, but Jack is really loving that. So, anyways,
Jack, I can tell you're having a lot of fun with this episode, and I appreciate that, brother. I'm glad to be back, not just among the living, but with you guys.
We are so glad that you are back with us. That's for sure. My life doesn't feel complete unless I have a little bit of Andy Imhof in it.
So excited. No, Andy, I really do love you being on the show. But anyway, Justin,
he loves anytime there's a man on the show. So, anyways, as far as my rating goes, I'm gonna have to say like about a 5.5 in there. I agree with you, Andy. It's not one of my favorite ones. It's really kind of middle of the road for the most part. I expected so much more considering the cast going into this episode. Like, this is one of those where you sit there and you're like looking at the cast of everybody who's in this and you're like, oh, there is no way they're gonna fuck this up. This is gonna be fucking flawless.
And then all of a sudden you've got Robert Patrick going, that's the way she goes, daddy-o, and then he's never seen again.
Right. And he has like this whole like rocker kind of persona going on, but like talking like a jazz kind of guy. And I don't understand that whatsoever. I really don't. I really don't understand while like looking this movie up on like IMDb, this has a 7.9.
What?
I feel like of the people who review this, like maybe they don't really watch the series. Maybe they've only seen just that one episode.
Yeah, this is why people don't have faith in IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes anymore.
Because that's scoring pretty bad. Right?
Okay.
I will say though, I do like the kind of gore that they went with, and being with Tales from the Crypt and everything, and going kind of quick with some of the stuff that they have to do. Having a head being chopped off with a fan was a pretty cool idea to throw into this.
And did you catch the hydraulic noises? So it's not like the fan, like that fan was some kind of a booby trap that was set up.
Oh yeah. There was like the fan got pushed down.
Right. So clearly she would invite these psychiatrists over and then kill off their entourage so that she could tie up the people and like keep them there.
Now, I do want to ask, because like myself, I'm mechanically inclined. Andy, I know you are as well. So I really want your opinion on this, right? So we got a fan spinning. How fast would that fan have to literally drop to not hit you anywhere else but your neck?
It'd have to do this.
Or drop down like super fucking fast. Like it's actually like, I don't know. I feel like it's impossible for it to chop
like
off
the fans literally at the right time have to come down like that in between the head and neck.
Realistically, she would have had slashes going like all the way across her head, all the way down. And it probably would have broke the fan blades because they're just razors on there. It's not like that's still going to be strong enough to go through the skull and everything. Like maybe I'm just overly thinking it. I think we really should probably test this out. So,
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to set up some kind of experiment. That's for sure. So, anyways, Jackie Poo Hunter, the seaman over here, the loadmaster himself, the swallower of all swallows. Why don't you tell us what your rating is?
God damn. Fuck me. All right. So this episode, going into it, when I realized who the main guy was, because I love Secret of the Ooze, Ninja Turtles, I really like his acting. I always did. I love the character he always plays. And thanks, Andy, for clearing that up, because the resolution I had was the same one you had, and it was complete shit. I couldn't recognize that was a T2000. But my dumbass didn't realize or
What'd you call him?
The T1000.
That's not what you called him the first time.
Anyway, one of them, one of those numbers, and I had the DVDs right there. I'm a fucking dumbass. Like, I can't believe I. Anyways, I really, I was not impressed with this movie. I mean, with this episode. It was a good episode, but nowhere near a 7.8. What the fuck? No, hell no. I think with the way the writing was, dude, I really love the idea of what you said about in the comic. They could have backdated it like they do several episodes featured in the 1950s and 30s. If they would have, backdated it like they did in the other episode we did recently with the voodoo thing, the whole scam. I think it would have gone over very well. I give this, honestly, an episode probably like a 3.5. I was not impressed. And
it didn't impress you much.
It don't impress me much. Yeah, Shania Twain, bitches. So yes,
Brad Pitt really did impress you much, though.
Oh, don't get me started. But yes, so 3.5. It wasn't.
Fair enough. So Andy brought something to my attention before we go and continue this. Yeah, definitely he did. Of course he had to. So anyways, Andy has found the perfect fan blade to use if you do decide you want to chop somebody's head off. Not saying that you should, but if you decide that you want to, we think going with something like this would probably be your best bet.
Sponsored by Manscaped.
Having a clean cut to go.
Look how that looked, dude. Look how show it again. Show it again. It looked like Manscaped.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't appreciate that much.
So check this out. It's a single blade that's counterweighted, right? And it's got a curve to it. It's got like a katana curve. And katana swords are known for having that curve. Whether they meant to do that or not, that curve actually allows it to cut deeper, because you can hack and then also kind of pull down and slash, and it will continue to make that cut. And so definitely, if you're looking to cut somebody's head off with a fan, a ceiling fan, this single blade fan is the way to go. Think about the momentum that must have behind it in order to move.
That's actually a real fan. Like people, someone actually admitted.
Now, then imagine though, if you go and hook it up to like a 240, like you're talking, really increase the power on that. You could really do some major damage. So if this is something anybody would like to look into, I believe I actually saw this over at Lowe's once before too. So this is a pretty common fan for people to buy.
So we don't have Mythbusters anymore. If we still had Mythbusters, they would be doing this shit.
Exactly, they would. We need to take over what Mythbusters was doing and figure out if you could chop people's heads off with ceiling fans.
So this is the abortion fan.
Who? This is?
Yeah, the one.
Oh no, that's not going to get inside of a girl and do it.
No, what I
that's
mean, after the baby's born, you put it on top of the. Oh, oops,
you
the
don't
man
abort
fell.
them then. You abort them before that. It's so much more messy to abort them afterwards.
Why not just use the toilet?
Exactly. Flush it.
Guys, I went all horror. You guys went all fucking fuck. God damn.
Well, what do you use your toilet for?
Mechanical backgrounds, okay? That's the thing. The instant you bring something like that up, we have to start dissecting it and thinking it through logically, you know?
Right. You're lucky that Andy's been alive long enough where he's not thinking that it's instantly just like fast food.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, there we go. So anyways, let's go ahead and catch up on some of these comments real quick.
Here we go.
Let's see here. It is impossible to miss your head and hit the neck unless it comes in at an angle. Or if you're using a single blade fan.
It has to be moving pretty slow, though. I think still a single blade fan. I think you're going to get 2 or 3 chops as it's making its way down because you got to have that power behind it.
Right, you definitely will. That's for sure. Let's see.
And how thin it is. Also, how thin. Fuck you. How thin it is, you know.
Right, Jack's very thin. Gee, thanks, Andy. Just what I was looking for. I have been looking to replace my rickety shaking fan. Yes, and do it with one of the head chopper offer fans. We would love it. That's for sure. So, anyways, this has definitely been quite an episode to say the least. So, Andy, dude, I understand that you actually do have quite a bit that's been going on with you over there with the Horsepower Hour. How's that going?
I do. It's going pretty well. You know, even though I was dead, I didn't miss any episodes. We have the best Wi-Fi in Limbo. It's the craziest thing. It's because Comcast is actually the official cable provider of hell. Like you have to go a couple levels down in hell before you get Comcast. They've got some real fast shit. I think it was Starlink. That doesn't mean necessarily that Elon is going to end up in heaven. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, you know, they had some real good Wi-Fi down there. Borrowed a couple of mics, been doing the show with Koi, just going gangbusters. So I'm really appreciative of that. And if anybody wants to come and check it out, doing lots of fun stuff. You know, we got guests, we got segments. We're trying to keep it fun and fresh and putting a new twist on all things automotive. So please and thank you. Come and check that out. Facebook.com/The Horsepower Hour. We got a group that's a lot of fun to be in. Facebook.com/group/The Horsepower Hour. You can come post your memes, post your cars that you're working on, your projects, and everybody appreciates it and everybody loves it. So please do come and check that out. And you guys, thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on, dude. For real. And I did miss this comment, so I do want to go ahead and throw that in there. Chekhov ceiling fan. I seriously love that. I completely missed it, so I want to apologize. That's my fault there.
Sam, hold on. We got to show Sam's rating, guys. Look, so Sam gave a 7 out of 10. Great episode, great twist, entertaining, well written. But I agree, Andy, it does have flaws. And Jack, wow, just wow. Yes, how can you forget the Terminator that is liquid metal? But anyway, has room for improvement. But overall, I liked it. By the way, Trancer should have a remake. There's potential there. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, God. Whatever.
I watched that full episode with you guys, by the way.
Well, you should. And Andy, dude, just so you know, all of your links have been shared in the chats and will be in the show notes as well for everybody who's checking this out on the podcast form. So please make sure to go like and check out what he's doing there. I shared out his Spotify for his podcast form as well. And man, even if you're really not like super into vehicles and cars and stuff like that, there are still some pretty funny memes and pictures and things that he's doing on there, and it's worth checking out at least for that alone, I think. And you know, and I'm not the biggest car guy, you know that, but there's still something there for me. And it's just cool that you're able to bring all these people together, regardless of if they're as into it as you or, you know, your co-hosts. But it's Koi, you know, and I personally love what you do over there, man. You know that. And I can't wait for you to do another segment of talking about bad welds.
Hell yeah, dude. We got to bring the Toledo Torpedo over here to do that.
I love it. I really do, man. Anyways, man, this has definitely been a fun episode, dude. Thank you so much. And, you know, everybody, like I said, go check out the Horsepower Hour. Are you still doing Pardon My Fork as well? Or is that
we are on a hiatus with Pardon My Fork. I'll tell you, man, once I died, it was too much to keep up with all of the different shows.
Hard
so
to do cooking stuff.
It's real hard because you don't necessarily need to eat. I mean, if I was above
they
ground,
don't sell brains at the store, so it's like, how are you even going to get all the meat you need?
Exactly. I mean, the separation of the soul from the body, and I was chained down at a certain point in my coffin, and then I woke up, and I'm like, what in the flying fuck? And now I'm screaming in this coffin for a week trying to get somebody's. Anyways, it's a lot. It's a lot right now. It's just I can't do anything. Listen, nobody wants people recipes on Pardon My Fork. We tried
do here.
We'll talk about some special recipes over here. I gotta be honest with you guys, it's not that different from pork. You heard?
Yeah, right. I've heard the same.
The long pig.
I love that.
Andy, thanks so much. Stay down in the green room, brother. I will talk to you after the show if you want to hang just for a little bit, and we'll be right back with you, brother. Thank you for coming on, man.
Cheers, gents.
Thank you. Anyway, oh man, fun episode, dude.
Yeah, I really love Andy coming on. Like I told you earlier, I think by season 6, Andy will have his own soundtrack. Of Andy Imhof songs, and I'll be more than happy to put those on Spotify soon. Actually,
please don't.
I can actually do that here in a minute, right after the show. But no,
who's ever encouraged this guy to start singing and do this shit? Like, fuck you. Fuck you, the person who encouraged this guy to do stuff.
I was inspired by Andy, so that says a lot about what you just did.
Sounds like you were inspired by like this big old
pile of
shit. It's like, it's almost as bad as watching Paranoia Tapes 1.
Well, it could be worse, I'm not even gonna react to that, sir.
I have to give you shit.
That happens to be the longest running found footage franchise with continuity to the original film, with 10 films.
Really
Yeah.
Continuity to the original. All of them
have continuity from the original.
We're gonna have a talk. Because I think that's it's quite the stretch. So anyway, well, like I said, we'll talk later. So anyways, thank you, Andy, dude. We love you so much. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate all of the listeners. And, obviously, please go check out our sponsors. It really does do us a really good thing. It helps us out a lot. It, brings us extra money for doing the live shows and things like that. So
it does. And I'm excited to do this Death Nut Challenge. I honestly think, like, everybody gives me a lot of shit, but I think we're all going to look like pussies that night. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And just so the audience knows, funny story. When I first brought this up to Jack, he didn't know it was the Death Nut Challenge. He thought it was the Eat His Own Nut Challenge, and he was already 100% down. It was crazy. I said it was the Death Nut, and then he's like, I don't know, my asshole's gonna hurt. So he was completely okay eating his own nut. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
I thought everybody does that. Don't you guys try?
No.
I mean, every guy in their life has attempted to do something of that nature, and I'm not going to describe where you know what I'm talking about, and don't deny it, every single guy. With that note, JB?
With that note, I want to go ahead and also say next week on 2G1C, my good buddy Barry Kowalski is going to be joining us. So we are going to be talking about the Beyond, the Fulci Classic. So that's going to be a very fun episode. So, like I said, my buddy Barry, he's going to be classing it up with his, his real accent, while our own racist co-host over here, racist, sexist Jack Hunter. But
whoa, wait, before we go, I'm gonna show this. Okay, I said a term earlier that here in Louisiana, we call ourselves wait, what?
Jack eats his own nut and says thanks, daddy.
I hate you all. For the record, we do have this thing, and it's not racist. It's called kunas. It's what the Cajuns call each other. But I found the definition, and now I need to have a talk with my entire culture, because this is The culture. In the concurrent resolution, the politicians in Baton Rouge wrote the word "counasse" comes from the standard French word "counasse," which means dirty whore or stupid person, says local Cajun historian Shane Bernard, paraphrasing 19. You know what? Yeah,
I think it's real. I think it's completely
Stop.
true.
I'm trying to take it off. Stop. I'm trying to take this shit off.
I think it's like completely dead on. I feel like you are dirty and stupid.
I am a whore. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Manscaped, Blu-ray Underground, and Mysterious House of Horrors are sponsors. And with that being
Jack eats his own nuts and says things fatty. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.